Hey guys, thanks for joining us today on the fourth episode of our Acquire.Fi video series. I've said before that Acquire.Fi has done a great job of putting together a lot of really great people and thought leaders to build their team. Today, I'm going to be talking with Ken Mack, who is the Chief M&A Officer. His unique approach has evolved from many years of wins, failures, ups and downs. Back when he was a teenager, he discovered a unique ability to think outside the box. His experience ranges from buying and selling small to medium-sized businesses to investing in real estate, precious metals, and blockchain companies. Let's dive in and talk to Ken a little bit. Hey, Ken, thanks for taking the time to join us today. How's it going?
Hey, thanks for having me on the show. Things are good, amazing. I'm here in the deal-making factory in Scotland.
Yeah, in Scotland. Good stuff there. Hey, guys, before we jump in and start asking Ken a bunch of questions, I'm going to tell you right now, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and share this video out on your social media channels too, so we can get Acquire.Fi out there for more and more people to see about what a great project this is. It's extremely important for any crypto project to have an incredible community out there helping share the assets that they put out. Sound good? Do it. All right. So, Ken, you're big time M&A guy. I know that there's a lot of stuff around that. I know one of your larger deals, you landed one of the largest LED manufacturing companies in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and a football clubs in Spain. Tell us a little bit about where your passion for crypto M&A comes from.
Yeah, so as an advancing man, I call myself an advancing man. As Wallace D. Wattles, the author of Science of Getting Rich, refers to us as, I'm always looking at a way of leveling up. And my experience has come from acquiring small to medium-sized businesses as opposed to large corporations, because I've always been doing this for myself and working in a small group. And for me, crypto was a way to level up, and I identified an area within this very new asset class. It was missing something. And M&A, you see, is at the top of the food chain. That's where acquisitions take place, buying and selling of companies. So I could see that we had a clear opportunity to jump on the bandwagon and perhaps create this a platform so that we can facilitate the buying and selling of crypto companies on the blockchain and with crypto. So, with my co-founders, we all come to this, we come to the conclusion of putting together Acquire.Fi to fill that gap. And for me, that was the advancing process, which is going to allow me to level up into, a completely different asset class and bridge my experience in traditional finance with blockchain. So, I like to learn, and, in the crypto sphere, I was always learning something new. It's a very technical topic, and it was difficult to, I felt, you had to really think about crypto and learn about how wallets would work, crypto transactions would take place, and what the blockchain is. And it actually took me a little bit of time trying to understand, what is a blockchain? What is this fancy wording? I was magnetized to this word, the blockchain. You could say that I've been a little bit of a slow learner through the years. So my experience spans a long period of time. But I'm always very excited about innovation, and learning about crypto was that was a way for me to level up and get involved in a completely different asset class with my existing set of skills. So yeah,
and I love that you call it leveling up. That's absolutely true. If you want to grow as an investor, if you want to grow larger and larger investments, that's exactly what you've got to do. You've got to explore new spaces. You've got to level up your strategies and really think bigger and take one to build the next. And you've got to build all the way up. I love it when you say level up like that, for sure. So
we're always looking for the next best opportunity, and for me, M&A is the top of the food chain, and crypto is going to be absolutely massive. It's growing at an exponential level. So this is the ultimate level up opportunity, and it's an honor to be part of this project.
Absolutely. And so you guys are doing that by putting together the crypto AMA with the Acquire.Fi project and platform. So tell us a little bit more about why you're excited about Acquire.Fi as a platform and ecosystem.
I'm excited, number one, because like Coca-Cola being the original, we are the original platform that's going to facilitate the buying and selling of crypto companies. So to be part of that, it completely excites me. And also, having access to the Acquire pools, which we're going to be rolling out, which is our investment pools, allowing everyday people to gain access to traditional investments, but with crypto. So it could be investing in traditional business, but with crypto, fractionalized ownership, investing in maybe a gold portfolio, a luxury watch portfolio, speculative watch portfolio, should I say, or a Bitcoin portfolio. So, being able to be part of a platform that's going to be facilitating these sorts of transactions, it massively excites me. And my passion is M&A, entrepreneurship. You can say it's my hobby. I stopped working for money a long time ago, and I get my kick from this type of stuff here. Working in the business. Of course, working above the business and having freedom is good, but for me, I like to roll my sleeves up and get dirty and be part of the innovation and the strategy, the build out, and that's where I get my buzz from. So it's very exciting.
That's super awesome. And I'm with you on that, right? I've stopped working for money. I now do basically YouTube full time and run teams on Telegram, but my money's made, right? I do this because I love doing what I'm doing right now. And that's what everybody aspires to do, is get to that point in life where they can do things because they love doing them. And so I've been very fortunate to get to that level there. So why do you think that retail investors are going to be interested in these fractionalized ownership of real world assets?
I would say, traditionally speaking, to gain access to such investment portfolios, you would need to go through perhaps like a hedge fund and regulated financial institutions. It can be very difficult to gain access to these sorts of investments as a retail investor. But this, like for me, I'm a big believer in freedom and in giving the power back to the people. And it gives that this platform is going to give the power back to the people and give them the freedom of choice to make these investment decisions. Whether they want to invest in whatever assets is being promoted in whatever pool. So for me, giving the power back to the people is super important, and that's exactly what this platform is going to do.
That's great. I tell you, one of my favorite things about the fractionalized ownership, it actually creates a liquid investment for these guys too, that retail investors could come in and out of these large potential deals just by selling their fractionalized token, right?
Well, exactly. As it stands, with crypto, yes, you can liquidate it into cash, and it's not so easy in some countries, but it's easier in maybe countries like Dubai. But this allows you to take something that's intangible, that you can't touch, smell, and feel, and turn it into something in the real world. So something from digital that it doesn't really exist. You can't touch it, smell it, feel it, into something that you can touch, smell, and feel like you can hold in your hand. For example, a traditional business that employs staff, perhaps it's working within the essential infrastructure. Industries, it could be a packaging company, it could be a school. So you're taking your crypto and you're turning it into something that's tangible. It's amazing.
Well, but again, for being able to sell your fractionalized ownership at any time as a liquid asset, and someone else takes hold of that, imagine we were doing this in a real world business. So perfect example from me personally, I used to own a small percentage of a car dealership here in the US, and my dad and my brother owned part of that as well. They ended up buying a second car dealership and removing their ownership interest from this first. But the legal fees alone from exiting that partnership for me made it not worth leaving the current car dealership that I owned and moving into this new one that my dad and brother had just bought. And so that makes it where it's really hard to get in and out of some of these real world asset classes when you are investing in them as a retail type investor. So there's legal fees and everything else. With the fractionalized and tokenization that you guys are doing through Acquire.Fi, it makes it where it's as simple as buying and trading an NFT to get in and out of a potentially very large, very lucrative deal without the legal hassles and the partnership hassles and everything else.
Yeah, you put the nail on the head, because if you're buying a piece of real estate, for example, it's a minefield. If you've never bought a house before, then how are you supposed to know how the process goes? It's very complicated with the legals, the conveyancing. You've got all of these technical jargon and terms. They don't teach you that stuff in school for a start, and it can be very, very costly when you're paying your lawyers to do certain tasks for you, get the surveyors to come, and then you get dilapidations that need repairs, and you get the taxes to take care of, and then you get the hassle of having to rent that property out and generate a return from it. So it's very difficult. But if you take a look at the investment pools, for example, and let's say we have a commercial real estate investment pool, then you hit the nail on the head. You don't have any of the legal headache to worry about. The contracts, the taxes, everything is done for you and executed on the blockchain. So we get transparency there and executed through smart contracts. So it's an absolute game changer. This is the next level. This is the future.
It truly is, right? And that's why this is so exciting for the retail investors, because they're going to get to participate in deals that they would otherwise have no access to get into in the real world. This brings that all onto the blockchain. Like you said, extremely transparent. It's as simple as essentially buying an NFT and trading that around if you need to get out of that investment. Really incredible. So talk a little bit about the pre-listing and also for the buyers, the due diligence process, because I know you've got two different due diligence process that you guys are working on with that. Bring us up to speed a little bit as you can on that.
Yeah, so in terms of the due diligence process, traditionally speaking, it's a pretty lengthy process that requires pre-qualification of the deal and stacking the deal up to make sure is this deal what the seller says this deal is. So our platform is going to have all of the due diligence parameters built into it so that we can help and facilitate as much of the due diligence as we can. Of course, it's up to the buyer. Let's say if so we're talking about the buying and selling of companies on the platform, it is up to the buyer to do their own due diligence, but we will be plugging as much support into the platform as we can so that we can help to smooth over and streamline the due diligence when we're facilitating the buying and selling of the companies.
Right. And that helps you guys make sure that you're not putting up scam listings and things like that. You're going to do your best to make sure none of that stuff makes it into the site so that everything up there is actually worthy of coming up and being listed on AcquireFi, right?
Absolutely. So we're going to be pre-qualifying all of the deals that come onto the platform. So anything that's on AcquireFi is going to be completely pre-qualified and scrutinized before we have that listing on the platform.
Incredible and so important. How about this? Can you tell us about one or two of the companies in the deal flow channel right now that you're excited about? I know you probably can't name a lot of names for that, but tell us about the deals. I've seen a few recently come through too.
Yeah, so for example, up on my screen just now, I've got a Launchpad StakePad, which is for sale, and so it's focused on DeFi and GameFi. So that's it's the first of its kind CDeFi platform, which automates DeFi trading, called Warlock. And the asking price was like a 2.4 multiple of the profits. So it's 1.6 million, and that's generating just short of $600,000 per year. That particular deal has it's been slashed. The asking price of that deal has been slashed. I don't know exactly how much it's been discounted by, but that, for example, is the type of opportunity. Traditionally speaking, a lot of these businesses are selling for a 5 or 10x multiple, but this, you can buy these companies anywhere between a 1 to 4x, which is it's nothing. It's right. Nothing. And these the profit trading margin of this particular company 64%, which is massive. And traditionally speaking, with a typical business, you're looking at anywhere between 15 and 30%. So it's very, very high yielding in terms of profits.
And, I got to think that getting into a lot of these deals right now with the market down here, circling the drain as low as we're going to see, we could see it go a little lower, but you can't deny that it's super low right now. And so a deal like that, especially with the price slash, I think I've seen that one and it was slashed to under $1 million, certainly there. That's an incredible buy right now, because you're going to get nothing but growth as the rest of the market recovers, as long as the company maintains and markets and does well.
It's a huge amount of profit. 2 years, or with the price discount now, in less than 2 years, the company's paid off, and it's right. Pure profit. It's insane. This is a lot of money.
It's so incredible. And the deal channel is full of deals like this, right? Now, everyone might not be crazy discounted like this one, but you've got a great deal flow channel on there. And I know you're going to tell us to follow that in a minute on there. But Ken, listen, man, this has been a great, quick, short talk and overview of everything that we've got going on here. What do you want? Anything you want to close out with and tell everybody?
Yeah, well, I want to get as many people involved in this as I can. So I would extend a warm invitation to everybody listening to this now to join our AcquireFi Telegram community. First of all, so we get 2.1 thousand entrepreneurs inside that community. So you guys are very welcome to join. We'd love you to join. And also our exclusive deal flow channel, where you can learn about the upcoming opportunities, just like the one I've shared with you now. So if you guys want to learn about that, you can find the details and the links inside the description of this show.
Absolutely. And I think you guys have over 40 deals running right now in that deal flow channel.
40 plus companies. We have a team, a sizable team that are full-time behind the scenes, pumping out deals in that the Telegram group. So yeah, we have a very committed and passionate team that are working around the clock to make this a reality.
That's so awesome. And guys, like Ken said, that's all down in the description. Also, while we're talking about this, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this out with your friends. This was an extremely informative video. We're trying to put these out. We put these out a couple of times a week, and we try to keep them very short, easily digestible, so that everybody can learn more and more about AcquireFi leading up to the launch. Wait for next time. The next video that we're going to show is actually with Naz, who's the technical director for AcquireFi. And we're going to get into some of the more technical details and the tokenomics and a little bit about the tokens there too. So be sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future videos. Really excited for what's to come for this. And Ken, again, thanks so much for taking the time to join me today.
No, thanks for having me on the show. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to share the future innovation with you guys. We're going to be launching soon, so super hyped about this project. Thank you.
Good stuff. Everybody have a great day.